Regan Benson rides crazy train back to Englewood. In her first appearance at the Englewood, Colorado, City Council meeting since completing her 90-day ban from the City Council chambers, Regan Benson was denied the ability to address the council and demanded the immediate arrest of Englewood Mayor Othoniel Sierra. Benson had previously been banned from entering the City Council chambers last fall due to several outbursts that violated state and city statutes. After a lengthy appeals process where she was able to attend the meetings, including the infamous meeting where she wore sandwich boards covered in swastikas, the ban was upheld, and Benson could no longer attend the meetings in person. Instead, stood either outside the windows leading to the chamber, watching the proceedings while listening to audio from the City Council's YouTube channel, or, on another occasion, addressed the City Council via the internet. Benson started her build-up to the evening's events with a pre-show of sorts as she went live Monday afternoon on the streets of Englewood. She followed police around as her unofficial self-appointed role of police commissioner as they apparently investigated a home invader that was loose in the area. During that stream, police refused to engage with her, moving their cars to avoid her and otherwise ignoring her presence as she tried to monitor their operations. Later, she encountered a man who said that the home invader ran into his house with a weapon. The police followed, and everyone ran out of his house without a resolution to the manhunt. This led to Benson walking back to her car after proclaiming that Englewood police were incompetent, and briefly locking herself out of the car as she couldn't figure out the controls on her keyless remote entry system. She then announced that she was opening a secondary YouTube channel that would provide 24/7 footage of her free-range chickens before ending that stream. Her second live stream started with her announcement that she had brought dinner to the controversial 5280 homeless organization in Englewood, which she was now unofficially representing through her homeless outreach. 5280 has been a much-hated part of the community by most residents of Englewood for over a year as they took over a church in the downtown area and have strayed from their pledge charter and have been blamed for a significant increase in crime in the area. Benson announced that with cold weather and snow moving in, 5280 was the only shelter in the area with beds, and that a homeless woman who was waiting for police help to get to a shelter would be sent there that night. She also announced that she signed up for the public speaking portion of the event, and that she was looking forward to putting some things on the record that Englewood doesn't want you to know about. As the City Council took a recess between their scheduled study session and the City Council meeting, Benson entered the City Council chamber and directly threatened Deputy Police Chief Vance Fender with lawsuits and told him that he should resign because she intended to file a lot of lawsuits against the police over the year. After Benson continued to hurl insults at the deputy chief, he said he was done talking to her, and she continued to insult and degrade the man until the City Council meeting started up. She notably avoided Police Chief David Jackson, who came to sit at the desk with Fender at the start of the meeting. Benson had been briefly visited by the city clerk at the end of the break, who confirmed the information that she provided when she signed up for public speaking. Apparently, Benson declined to change her information when offered the chance to do so. When the public speaking portion of the meeting began, the City Council called on two speakers other than Benson, then ended the public speaking session. Mayor Sierra announced that no one further had properly given their information to the City Council, as required by city ordinance, in ending that portion of the meeting. Benson had apparently been disqualified from speaking for listing her name as simply Regan and her city as Rough and Ready. An enraged Benson stormed out of the meeting and went out to Englewood Officer C. Caggiano, who was manning the security station outside of the City Council chambers. Benson said that her constitutional rights were violated, and she demanded that the officer arrest the mayor on the spot. Instead, Officer Caggiano offered to take a police report from Benson. Infuriated, Benson gave the officer the basic information, that she had been refused the ability to speak, and insisted that the man issue a warrant for the arrest of Mayor Sierra immediately. When the officer explained that he did not have the ability to issue warrants and he'd have to write the report and submit it through chain of command, Benson became even more enraged and eventually left the Englewood Civic Center, promising her fans that tomorrow a warrant would be issued either for the arrest of herself or the mayor. As of 2:30 p.m. Eastern on Tuesday, January 7th, 2025, no warrants have been issued. We'll continue to monitor Regan Benson, her free-range chickens, and the homeless people she has pledged her life to in future updates.